Raiders Riven Tides update is less than 24 hours away, and Embark has finally detailed a bit about what to expect content-wise, along with giving us a new larger glimpse at what our new map will look like. Today we're running down what you need to know, along with what you can expect to see with tomorrow's Riven Tides update. So drop your thoughts as we go along, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe to stay updated with all things Ark Raiders and even more FPS content. I'd love to have in the community as we gear up for a busy week of Riven Tides and even beyond. Finally, today's video is brought to you in part by the Division Resurgence, but more on that in a little bit. First, let's talk about the new map. It's detailed as on the western coast of the Rust Belt lies a stretch of deserted shoreline. This location has been abandoned twice, once during the Exodus and once again by survivors of the first wave who failed to hold down the exposed settlement against Ark. From the fading resort to the towering dockyard, stake your claim and discover what treasures lie within. And along with this, they had an accompanying trailer of sorts for the map, so if you haven't seen that just yet, check it out.
Exhausted.
Ugh, I barely slept. There's just so much to sort through.
So, like, have you been following any of it?
It's all anyone wants to talk about, so yeah.
Careful in the water, sweetheart. Tom, keep an eye on them, would you? Do you tell them yet?
Tell them? I mean, what do you tell them? I told them we're going away. That works, right?
Are you deaf? I paid for this! I'm not asking twice.
Scusa.
Fix it.
Scusa davvero. On the house, all right?
Got you.
No, you can't call that in.
I'm counting
Are you
it.
serious right now? It was out by a mile.
That was it.
Clear as daylight. What, are you blind? Why?
Hey, I
why
know
are we
what
even
I
talking
saw.
about this?
Pull it
no,
together.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So first thing, may not be as important to you, but it is something that I find fascinating because we're finally getting a little bit of it, is some lore. You hear recordings of the world before the Ark invasion, sounding like it's right around the time of when everything was starting to go down. It's all anyone can talk about. I told them we're going away. That works, right? So like, personally, I'm really into that kind of stuff, and I feel like we haven't seen too much lore expanded upon within the game thus far. Quests offering a bit of pieces here and there, absolutely, as do some of the cutscenes that you get through completing the quest, but you don't get much of the story, or more importantly, the why everything has happened so far in the world for Ark Raiders. Connecting the world before everything happened to the world that we have now in Ark Raiders, I think is huge. In my headcanon, I still love the idea that the finals and Ark are together, they're linked, that the finals is the escaped wealthy class watching and betting on this digital game show for our contestants for their enjoyment, while the rest of everyone else is left to scavenge the ruins of the world to survive. Maybe that happens, maybe not, but if Ark rolls out lore elements at the same pace as the finals, we're probably going to be a ways off before we see any sort of solid confirmation of the two being connected. But anyways, I love that kind of stuff. Really cool to see that just intertwined with this. But we end up seeing more of the map itself, more of expanding upon the stuff that we've seen teased the last week or so. We end up seeing that there are a couple of POIs that were explicitly mentioned here with the Hotel Panorama Azuro, the Azuro Beach, the restaurant, tennis courts, and harbor. Those, of course, kind of varying in terms of the, I guess you could say, locale, where you have a bit more close quarters, interior stuff about the hotel, the restaurant, but then you have more of those open areas like the beach and the tennis courts, and then you have a bit more industrial of a focus in the harbor. So you have that sort of port mentality where it's going to be a varying range of elements you see in terms of cover, in terms of aesthetic. So looking forward to seeing how we can traverse that kind of stuff, what secrets may be in there. But it looks to have a little bit of everything. Close quarters interiors in the hotel and restaurant, open space in the tennis courts and beach, some greenery in there as open transitional spaces, the verticality and open danger in the harbor. We don't get a top-down view of the map or anything just yet to see just how big this map is, but it is something that provides a little bit of something for everyone, it seems like. Now, there is a bit more to talk about when it comes to the threats we're going to see explicitly on this map. But before we get into that, a message from today's sponsor, The Division Resurgence. Launched earlier this month, The Division Resurgence lets you take the full experience of The Division on the go. Portable, immersive, and built for a satisfying mobile gameplay experience. Following the world of The Division, Resurgence follows a new wave of agents operating in the vast world of New York City during the chaos, bringing you Division-style missions focused on reclaiming districts, responding to threats, and fighting back against an unstable city and its factions. Whether progressing main story missions, exploring and looting the world, or taking on the Dark Zone, it's all there. The Division Resurgence leans into that co-op experience where you can either play with friends to take down tougher encounters, but you're also more than welcome to play solo and progress however quickly you'd like to, where you can earn new gear, upgrade your loadouts, and progress and customize your agent in meaningful ways to expand your gameplay experience, all designed with AAA in mind while on the go. The Division Resurgence is free to play and available now for you to check out and jump into on your platform of choice, so if interested, make sure to check out the link in the description below for where you can go to download. And thanks again to the Division Resurgence for sponsoring this video. But all right, back to it. We have a little bit more to talk about in regards to not only the Ark threat, but also they detailed a bit about some of the upcoming additional content we'll see here. So the new large Ark you can see in that trailer is called the Ark Turbine. Described as almost beautiful when silhouetted against the sunset, the Ark Turbine drifts across the Rust Belt, calm, docile, quiet. That is until you get up close. Nobody knows quite what it's doing, but if you try to interfere, you best be ready for a totally unique fight. Its defensive abilities are brutal, posing a new challenge to raiders and demanding skill, patience, and nerves in equal measure. Now, that doesn't give us a whole ton to go off of in terms of what to expect, but I'm very much so looking forward to this. It's something that's honestly, the scale of it is large, massive. That top looks like it's something that just screams out, take a snap hook and get on top of me, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, the scale of that, how big it is, it's interesting because we have seen in that teaser that there were like 3 of them in a certain situation as well. So I'd be very curious to know how powerful these are, how, well, I guess armored, since it seems like they're talking about their defensive mechanisms more so than anything else, how much that's going to pose as a challenge to raiders, and how frequently we'll see these in raid. Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 3? Is it going to be more than that every single raid? We'll have to wait and see. Beyond that, we saw a new minor map condition called Beachcombing that was revealed here. This says Riven Tides introduces a new minor map condition, Beachcombing. Keep an eye out for the Dockmaster's detector, which is basically a metal detector, during a session, and sweep it across the sand to uncover buried loot hidden beneath the surface. What you dig up will vary, but just keep in mind that the detector takes up a weapon slot and the richest hunting grounds are out in the open. So it seems like we're going to be combing the beaches for any sort of rewards and what we can find here out of that. I'm curious to see what this will have, because the last time we saw a sort of loot-specific subset or pool of items was the hurricane caches, and that was something that gave us a lot of good items out of that. So I'm wondering if this keeps that up and we end up seeing even more higher tier loot, newer loot introduced, but definitely curious to see how this will work out and how abundantly we'll see the Dockmaster detector being available to all players, because it is mentioned that they're going to see a new raider project as well called the Avian Alarm, where one of those rewards is the Dockmaster detector. So if you have to complete the raider project to end up getting this, surely it's something that is rare as a reward, yes, but hopefully not too rare where it's like impossible to end up finding stuff on the beach during that project. But the new radar project is something that will be replacing the high gain antenna, which I believe may already be out of the game at the moment. But the project takes players to building a makeshift security system to sense tremors and atmospheric changes. Deploy cages at buoys along the Riven Tides coastline to catch birds for the Avian Alarm. There you can end up getting things like the Dockmaster detector, gel patches, the birdhouse backpack attachment, and the fist in the air emote and 250 raider tokens. Along with that, we also will see a new event, the Last Resort event, where it says running through May 25th, so about a month's time here at this. This will allow you to work towards merits as your XP converts during the play on any map, not just the new one. You can end up gaining bonus merits for getting ship models hidden throughout the world, each one carrying a merit value based on rarity. The rewards for this include the Junior Outfit, Hydrologist Backpack, Hose Attachment, Brass Faucet, and new emotes, along with another 250 raider tokens in total. So it's been a little while since our last event, but we will see another one here added on top of that. They detailed 2 new items called the Crash Mat and the Powered Descender, both of these being something that will mitigate fall damage, where they explicitly mentioned falls of 100 feet being something that this will now allow you to defy gravity as long as players can remain focused. So curious to see what that will play like for one, and then 2, how you can end up getting those probably blueprints and what the crafting is like here for it. The final thing they detailed was just a little bit about some new cosmetics, but other than that, that's what was revealed for the Riven Tides update. Personally, I'm not sure if we're going to see a little bit more in terms of maybe a new weapon or two, because again, we do have that large archetype of the Ark Turbine coming. I don't know if we'll see something like that out of that. We're not entirely sure what the quality of life adjustments will be just yet, and other things that may come along beyond that, more smaller, minor things, or if there's any sort of hidden surprises, we'll see tomorrow. But for now, that's what we learned out of the Riven Tide sort of mini reveal, if you could call it that. Perhaps full reveal, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Ark Raiders and other FPS content. Of course, we'll be keeping you up to date with everything you need to know about the update and beyond, breaking down any guides and tutorials, stuff like that for you over the coming days to weeks here. So I'd love to have the community. But for now, I'll see you tomorrow with all the coverage here for Ark Raiders Riven Tide's update. But until then, take care and peace.